Last time on the hardcore adventures of TinyGnomeGal, we hand out some gifts to new players, then proceed to enter Westfall and go on a killing spree like it's 1877, followed by a treasure hunt that gives us some new drip. With the Union workers put in their place and blood washed from our hands, we are ready to take on the Deadmines. In an amazing turn of events, we're still in one of the few subgroups we'll ever belong to. Level 20 means it's time to train skills, so it's back to the slaughtered lamb. Second rank of torment for the Voidwalker, so our blueberry can hold aggro better. Also, lots of level 20 skills to pick up, including summoning. That should make it easier to get into dungeon groups. Level 20 also lets us start the Syad quest chain, but going to the Barrens this early is a good way to get killed. Just one quick trip to Darkshire and then it's time to drop off a quest in Redridge.
There is some treachery abound. How could this be so?
With some of the Redridge quests already getting close to being gray, we go clear through the easier ones before getting started with Deadmines. The Live to Win gag has already been done, so I'll skip past all the mass murder this time. Finding 2 gold bars in chests was pretty sweet though. Realizing I'd forgotten to spend talent points for 3 levels, less so.
The bottles are close to running dry. Perhaps you can go to work for me?
Here's one I made earlier.
A job well done, adventurer.
22 comes during the middle of a sketchy pull. And with one more trip to Stormwind for skills, we are ready to brave the Deadmines. A quick look at the group finder tells us we aren't getting invited as DPS, so it's time to take the initiative ourselves. Using our keen skills of negotiation, we convince a druid to tank. This follows with a druid healer named after a recently ruined fictional villain, a mage who will probably roll on the gear we want, and a ret paladin, because they're the only physical damage we can find. Things look good at first, with our newly acquired summons and health stones making life easy for the group. Sadly, the undead quest section takes forever, with the one person who wants to skip getting their cards first, so we move on. The group trundles through the dungeon at a good pace. Our tank is new to the role, but holds aggro on the important targets. The mage knows to Frost Nova on bigger pulls to let me do big damage. The healer talks about how they have 20 years of healing experience while standing around during fights. The paladin is there too. Yeah, ret paladin, attack that corpse. I'm playing like a pro this whole time, helping with pulls, throwing out curses, dishing out those big shadow bolt crits.
Wow!
And giving bigger gear upgrades to the mage to be nice. A real team player. At one point, the healer goes from standing around between heals to just standing around. Just pull one at a time, guys. We'll be fine. Thankfully, the healer returns just in time as we finish clearing out the hardest room in the dungeon. Next up is the part that I'm here for, the Murloc that drops the wand. A 1? A fucking 1? To their credit, the mage has been playing well the whole time, and I'd take a good player over an upgrade I'll replace soon enough. At least Van Cleef goes down easily, with only 1 set of ads spawning for some reason, but I'll take it. I lose the roll on the robe. Fuck Deadmines. For all my complaints, the run was smooth enough, and the closest to something bad happening was the tank dropping a bit low once. Special props go to Moa for stepping up to tank for the group. Tanking can be a stressful role at the best of times, and hardcore dials that up to 11 by putting you first in line to get killed. The rest of the group also played well, even if I left without a single item upgrade. Thankfully, the quest rewards give us a staff and a wand, so we aren't walking out completely empty-handed. We also ding 23 and get to continue the story about the Defias Brotherhood.
Van Cleef and I were members of the Stonemasons Guild. Our main project was to rebuild Stormwind after the war. When we had finished our duties, we were cheated. The nobles refused to pay us for our work.
Are we the baddies?
Yes. Yes, we are the baddies.